Hopefully you've had a lovely week. My name is Ken Boyter, but you might already know that, you might not. But if you didn't, you do now. This is Edra Tales Twitch channel. I also have an Edra Tales Facebook group, so you can join that. And also, if you want to, obviously that's not an order, free will. And also I have a YouTube channel, Edra Tales, and a website, www.edratales.com. Check it out, there's lots going on there. Loquacious is joining me in the dungeon. Well, he has no choice because we are trapped in the dungeon. We've been here for quite a while now, haven't we? Yeah. Been here for quite a while. Hopefully there are people, if you'd like to comment, then please comment. Please have a chat. This is what the whole show is about. It is about ramblings of a storyteller. Yes, I do writing, I do games design, I do acting. What else do? I sing the theme tune, write the theme tune. Yeah, I do a lot of different things, and sometimes that's a blessing, sometimes that's a curse. We will just find out. But if you'd like to follow the channel, good morning, Martha. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? If you'd like to follow the channel, please follow the channel. It all helps with the algorithms. And if you go over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel, you can watch all of these live streams up on there. And click subscribe. That would really help. Had a new haircut. I have had a new haircut. Well spotted, Dylan. Well spotted. Good morning, Dylan, and good morning, Jam. Good morning, my fluffy Saturday sausages. Do you know what? Both of you have popped up, so I do need the bell. There we go. Just getting that ready. Hello, Lee Rin. How are you, sir? And hello, Jonathan. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who would have thought Hitchcock actually threw real birds at the leading lady for a week? No wonder she wasn't fond of the film. Yes, I found that out a number of years ago and thought, you know, I think I found that out when I was doing acting in a more proactive way, and I thought, yeah, what would you go through as an actor? You know, what is kind of acceptable and what isn't acceptable? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I probably would have tried it. And gone, yeah, all right, go on then. And then maybe sort of gone, no, this is too much. However, good morning, Sally. Good morning. Just want to go back to sleep. Oh, well, normally I have that effect on most people anyway, Martha. So I wonder if, yeah, the thing is, though, there's acting and then there's real life, obviously. And when you're reacting to birds, no matter how good an actor you are, well, maybe you would be able to pull it off, but there's nothing like actually being attacked to give that performance, is there? But then you then delve into the realms of, well, it's not very ethical, is it? You know, let's film Jaws. Yeah, we're actually going to use a real shark. That's not very ethical, is it, for the actors? So yeah, probably it wasn't a good thing that he did that. I think fluffy sausages are to be avoided, yeah. But if we're fluffy sausages, we're not to be avoided. Surely, we're not to be avoided. Anyway, let me know what you've been up to. What you've been up to this week? Are you writing anything? Are you creating a board game? Are you, creating a bit of music? What are you creating? Are you having a rest from creativity? Is it too much? Do you need a break? Are you burnt out? All these questions we tend to talk about. Yeah, not so good for the birds. Oh yeah, and the birds as well. Yeah, the birds, yeah, because they probably would have been riled up, wouldn't they? Yeah, but the way you do that then, I guess, is just clever photography, because you'd need to capture real birds, because presumably they didn't really have the technology to fake the birds, to make them look realistic. So you'd have to just work out clever ways. Like in the James Bond film, Dr. No, vocal cords, no, Dr. No, the tarantula scene where the tarantula's crawling over Sean Connery's chest, that was a real tarantula. That was a real Sean Connery. They put a sheet of glass on his body. So it's actually just there's a sheet of glass, and they placed it on it, and I guess luckily it didn't walk over his face, but it went that way. They must have somehow shut him off his face, so the tarantula starts walking this way. Quickly remove the bit of card or something, and then just filmed that, because I only needed it for a couple of seconds. But that's how they did that scene. So clever ways of doing it. And to be fair, the shark that inspired Jaws was not a great white, but a more aggressive bull shark. Look at you with all your facts. Yeah, I think I'd heard that as well. I did actually read an abridged version of Jaws. I thought it was very good. It was a competition winner. Win a chance to walk on Sean Connery's chest. Many entries for that one. Small Japanese boys even entered as well. No, that's wrong. This is taking a wrong turn rather swiftly. I guess the spider had to take safety steps as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the spider would have had to have gone into some sort of training course. How to walk on Sean Connery and other famous actors. Although he wasn't that famous, was he, when he did the first James Bond? That made him a star, as you all know. Glasses slippery. Oh, right, yeah. Well, there we go. Well, my experience with... But why are we talking about spiders anyway? My experience with spiders is they can just go over any surface. So, how are we all? Yes, I have had a very busy week. It's been a very fulfilling week in terms of trying to move along a lot of projects. One of the things I did do, though, however, was tidy my office area, if you like, my living room office area. Trying to figure out knitting pattern, going to recover from a 5-hour D&D session. Yes, Martha did a 5-hour D&D session, which would have been awesome, but at the same time, it would have been knackering as well. And you're doing knitting as well, which is fantastic. Martha's knitting a bag for her D&D character, the spider. So I did do a lot of tidying up as well, and I've discovered all my projects that I'm working on. Leaverin's put a favourite method acting scene was when Kitty Cat in Alien, when the Kitty Cat in Alien 19 was so fond of the nice giant actor who played the Beast, so when they needed him to hiss mercilessly at the first appearance, they unveiled a German Shepherd, in a cage behind the alien when Ridley Scott shouted action, causing the poor kitty to hiss in fear for real. No, I guess there's no other way to do that. You can't really get a cat to act. So yeah, but I guess that's just mild stress, isn't it? Because they probably would have done that for literally seconds and taken the dog away. So yes, what have I been doing? I have been, I guess the main thrust over the last couple of weeks has been my misbehave tile laying game for families, really. And I have basically play tested it with a 2-player game, which was very useful because I've never played a 2-player game of it. And then updated the rules with a bit of feedback from the 2-player. So this is version 7 of the rules, and basically it's a tile laying game of set collecting, sunshine and bees. And essentially what I wanted to see is, do the mechanics work? Is it enjoyable? That's my main goal for playtesting. Each time I playtest it, you kind of modify how you want to playtest it. And what you're looking for. So this time round, I feel like we're getting close to the actual finished game, which is good in terms of, not really tweaking anything much more. I do belong to a playtesting group now that meets every 2 weeks. So the next time I go to that, I will actually playtest this again. And that's always a 4-player game, which is nice. Maybe I could just sit out and just watch a 3-player game. Yeah, maybe I could just watch. That might be a good idea to do. And that probably go quicker as well. And then we can playtest one of the other playtesters' games. Because it's always nice to help other people out as well. Because if they're playtesting mine, it's nice to playtest other players' games. So that's good. So that's very close, I feel, to the stage where you just think, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to playtest it with lots of different people. And then once you've got a lot of playtesting data, I mean, it doesn't have to be extensive, but it needs to be, I don't know, I would comfortably say 20 playtests, maybe even 30 playtests. Bearing in all mind, this is all done for free. You know, when we design these games, there's no guarantee it's going to get published, just like writing a book, I guess. But with a book nowadays, you know, you can self-publish it. I guess you could go down the Kickstarter route, but that's more complicated with a game because you need to find a manufacturer, you need to, you know, logistics, work all that out. Yes, Grocklesnook casts a spell on Ken. He is. Look at him. He's all alert. You're alert. But what a timeless entrance for the adult alien. Still scary for yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a fantastic film, isn't it? The fun thing that scolded scary Bugbear shot himself in the foot with his crossbow and then managed to kill his own. Oh no, wolf pet. Sad for him, but hilarious for us. Oh no, that is pretty sad and funny. I can see why it's both. Was worse for Pit. Oh, hello. The Bugbear rolled a natural 1. Yeah, by the sounds of it. So that's good. That's a good behave. Misbehave is the title of that one. So that's getting closer. That is getting closer. And then there was this other game that I was developing as well, called Those People. Do you remember Those People? Those People, a game of everyday grumbles, gripes and delightful pettiness. Now, I made this more of an adult party game. So it's like Cards Against Humanity. However, I did pitch this to one publisher. Now, I know you shouldn't really base it to one publisher, but I was having slight doubts about the sweariness of the game. Because in there I've got swear cards. And I wonder if that is going to put publishers off. So, what I've decided to do is to remove the swears, not make it like that. But it's probably more adult in theme because if you're a teenager, are you going to connect and recognise the rants that I have in here? Because the aim of the game here is that you rant, you're basically creating a rant. You know, it's those people who park on double yellow lines for no reason. It's that kind of thing. It's everyday sort of rolling of the eyes. And so what I've decided to do is that you have a those people statement, then you have deserve cards, and then you have a deserve card. Yeah, you have a deserve card. Now, I'm still sort of working it out, but I think you have a deserve card, and rather than the card being fixed and it's deserved and you just read it out, I might have it where players have a choice of, say, 3 or 4 cards, and it'd be deserved 2 or 5 cards, and then they pick 2 of their cards to put in place. So it's filling in the blanks, basically, and do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to update that to that mechanism, and then I'll play test it again. So there's that to develop further. So again, a lot of these games now are getting to the stage where they're getting close to being pitched. Yes, he did. Am I Shafter Wolf made him more angry? Shifter Wolf? Oh, shape-shifting wolf, yeah. So there's that. Then we have Titanic Heist on the High Seas, which is a game that I'm co-designing with Kedrick Winks, who basically, we've sent this out a few times and we're getting close to a publisher, but no one's yet bit. Talking of sharks, no one's yet taken the bite. So that is always a bit tricky, because it's like, well, where do we go from here? Do we just need to send it to more publishers? Because the game we feel is a good game. We feel like it's solid, and we've playtested it, we've changed it, you know, we've done all of that. So again, that's just sort of waiting for someone to playtest it. Oh, Shifter is the new D&D race. They are descendants of werewolves and humans. Oh, fantastic. I like it. So is that still the 5e system, isn't it? But then they just add, yeah, okay, they just add more races and stuff like that into the situation. By the way, let's all say happy birthday. So wish happy birthday to Sally, because it's her birthday on Monday. Get that right. So yes, a massive happy birthday to you, Sally. Well done. You made it this far. And also, Of Magic and Monkeys is my novel. If you'd like to buy my novel, hardback. It's not out yet in paperback. So if you'd like to buy the novel, go to edratales.com. edratales.com. It's available in the UK. It's £10 plus £3 postage and packaging. And I will sign it for you as well. And also the cookie round. Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday, Sally. Bumps, bumps. The Cookie Crown. Oh, look, this is an unused. This is a sealed copy. This is one of my 6 that I was given. Cookie Crown. This is a game that I co-designed with Kedrick Winks. Steal the crown, win the game. It's a fun 3 to 6 player game. Ages, what have we put? 8 plus. But I've had people younger play it as well, actually. But 8 plus. About 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of take that. But it doesn't feel mean. It's it's a competitive game, but it never feels mean. It's just a lot of fun, and that is available. You can buy on Amazon. If you've got Prime, it'll be free postage, and you might be able to see it elsewhere. There's more copies. They've made 5,000 copies. I think about 4,000 have gone to America and Canada, and there's about 1,000 in Europe. So if you want to get your copy, you can go to Outset Media or cheatwell.com. Or you can go to Amazon. Check it out. There you go. That's just my little plugs. The show is sponsored by Of Magic and Monkeys and Cookie Crown. So those are 2 games that I've been working, or 3 games I've been working on. The other game that I've been working on is... So now the problem with tidying is I've found all these extra projects that I've been working on. So... I'm getting a bit snowed under. I've done it again like a real idiot. I've just basically developing too many projects. Do you have that problem as well? So I've also been developing my murder mystery board game, where I have been, it's all printed out. I play tested the game once and that went really well. The game takes about 2.5 hours to play. We've got different cards, so these are the witness cards. We've got forensic cards, we've got clue cards, hunch cards, hint cards, deduction power cards. So there's lots to do in the game. It's played out over a board, and the board is kind of blank, if you like. Jonathan's put, don't worry, I'm organising Fighting Fantasy 5. Have an RPG to finish and 3 books to write by the end of the year. My God, Jonathan. And I thought I was crazy. Yeah, maybe it's just the curse of being creative. I don't know many creative people that don't have at least 3 projects on the go. You know I do, so don't call me out. Yeah, Martha's another example of that. I'm sure Dylan and Jam, they're working on 2 or 3 projects. I think it is the creative curse. Yeah, it is. I think it is. But I think also there is logic behind it. And bear with me, because if you're working on one thing and you kind of get it to a stage where you need a break from it, your brain starts thinking of something else, and then you go, oh, well, while I'm just waiting for that to happen, I'll work on this. And then you kind of get to a stage where that needs a break, and then you either go back to that or you start something else. Or if someone sort of mentions to you, oh, do you want to do a collab? And you go, yeah, all right then, and you start working on something else with somebody else. So 3 months, but over 30 unfinished ones. Yeah, that's incredible. Well, I said I wanted to be a writer. My aunt once asked me, but what happens if you run out of ideas? Oh, bless her. It really, and a lot of people that I've spoken to, it's not the ideas. Ideas seem to just always be there. It's a brilliant point that it's actually finishing the project. It's finishing the project, which is the always the downside. So my murder mystery game, yeah, so it's laid out on a board. The board is blank, if you like. There's location. There's places to put all the cards and places to put the location of where the murder takes place. And these are the location cards. And basically, yeah, when a player goes into a new room, you flip it over, and then that has all the details about what's in the room. So there's clues 1 to 7 in this room. There's forensics A to E. There's X amount of witnesses in there that you can question. So that's basically the game. You move around, you test for forensics, you look for clues, you question people, and each of you is an amateur sleuth, and you each have your own little card, and you have your own innate deduction power, which is different from everybody else. So there's 6 of those. You can choose, those ones, and then I'm pretty much. What else do I need to do? I've got a little list of what I need to do. It's small set of coloured prestige tokens. Oh yeah, so I need to buy little cubes because those will match the player tokens. And then I need a little hour shaped token or a block. I just need another token for the time track because you have 24 hours to solve the mystery. And then type up winning conditions depending on how many times it takes to guess. Jonathan's put, when I said I wanted... Oh, yeah. Martha's put, the lazy detective could be a fun game where the player wants to be a detective and their trainer is a lazy one that takes bribes. Well, that's like the classic, you set up a hero or a detective as a bumbling detective, but it's normally their sidekick that solves the crime. So, like, the first thing that sprung to mind was Hong Kong Phooey, where Hong Kong Phooey has no idea. He bumbles around, and then it's the cat that solves the cases. I did actually make these little tokens. I don't know if you could see them. I had to type up and then cut out these little, about 15 to 20 of these little tokens. And so you just think, God, that's not going to take long. But it does. That's the thing. All these projects take a long time because just cutting out, typing up all the names of the suspects and witnesses, and then, printing them off, sticking them all on stickers, cutting the stickers out, sticking them all on here. That probably took about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. It's crazy. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So the only thing really is to get a few tokens together, which I could probably take from other games actually, but I kind of don't want to do that because then in the end you go to play a game and it's like, oh, where are all the cubes gone? And they're in prototypes. And then I need to type up the winning conditions because what I thought would be quite cool was in the base game you have 2 or 3, maybe 4 cases to solve, and each one takes 2.5 hours. So that's quite good value for money because once you do a murder mystery, you know the answer. You're not going to play it again. But you keep the base game because then there's expansions. So the expansions are basically next cases. So they're smaller boxes and they're cheaper to buy. But equally, I thought it'd be quite cool that you could upgrade your detectives in the base game. So you then have winning conditions. So if you guess correctly on the first attempt, then you get the maximum rewards. If you guess correctly on the second attempt, then you get the second awards. Third, I might have it where you can only guess 5 times, because come on, you might as well just accuse everybody. But your prestige goes down, you see, so you'd lose prestige, and also other things. You wouldn't gain things. So I quite like that idea. So I just need to type up the winning conditions for that. Speaking of game, I'm bringing some new board games. I'm buying some new board games at the used markets when the owner when the owner sells them. I'm not quite sure, but generally speaking, it looks like you're buying some new board games. Yay! At a used market, which is great. Getting board games, getting anything for cheaper is brilliant. Even if they're used, if all the bits are there, why not? Absolutely, I've bought second-hand games. Yeah. Jonathan Spit. I heard the other day that you can only take on one major project in each 5 or 6 In each of the 5 or 6 aspects of your life. Oh, I see. Oh, this is quite good. Health, relationships, self-improvement, finance, career, etc. And Jam's put Sean Connery's spider is in that mug. It's big enough, isn't it? Oh, I did have a bit... I was in the garden and saw what I thought was like a tarantula leg poking out of the ground. It wasn't. It was just like a little rotted tree stump. But it really looked, just the angle I was looking at it, did freak me out for a second. We looked them over and everything is there. Yeah, absolutely, Martha. Yeah, no, it's cool. I bought jigsaws secondhand. Imagine that. Imagine that. The crucial bit is missing. Yeah, I like that. So you can only take one major project in each of the 5 in your life. Yeah, I would probably agree with that because that's sort of extra things, isn't it? So this would be spare time, I guess, or yeah, that makes it sound like I'm degrading it, but yeah. I was just trying to think. Yeah, it's a health. If you've got one big health issue, relationship, got things going on in your relationship. Yeah. Well, because life can get overwhelming, can't it? And I think this is partly of why I was like, right, I need to tidy up. I need to know what's going on. I need to know how many outstanding projects I actually do have. For a creative, I guess one project could be career and another is self-improvement. Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, no, this does fall under career. Of course it does. Gocklesnook looks scared. Has the guard been scary? Yeah, to the left of him. There he is. He does look scared. It's because he's fallen over a little bit. It's all right, mate. It's all right. It's all right. Bless him. Yes, so this, yeah, you're right, actually. This falls under the career aspect because I am trying to make mediumship and or board game and writing my main career, i.e. the thing that I do spend most time on. Although, to be fair, it probably is the thing that I spend most time on anyway. I wish someone could tell Society that, Jonathan. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sally. I'm working under a pen name at the moment. A help guide to people that have been going through what I have of late. Oh, fantastic. Well done, Jam. Yeah, I'm sure that when you get that finished and get that published, I'm sure that's going to help loads of people. That will help loads of people, absolutely. I guess that's a good way of, I don't know, helping people. Maybe a bit of processing for yourself, helping yourself to process it as you're writing it. And also, to a lesser degree, it's kind of helping your career, but that's not why you're writing it. I totally understand that. Absolutely. Oh, lovely. Holiday with Daddy. Yeah, so those, what else have I been working on? Oh, of course, yeah. I feel like I've missed loads out. I have. Oh, and I also found this folder. And yeah, as you can see, there's quite a lot in there. What have we got? Earthborn. What other ideas have we got? Oh, Freaks, card game, set collecting, medieval research. Players are taking experimental medicine. Or it could be that evil necromancers are creating hideous creatures to do their bidding. Players create creatures, then pit them against each other, like Magic the Gathering style. What was I thinking? Maybe tidy up wasn't such a good idea. I know. What have I got? Oh yeah, look at this. Wow, civilization type game. Lyrian's, oh, it was wonderful. Mr. G, have another week with them. Oh, fantastic. Jam, Madam has been spending with... sorry to hear that. Stay strong, my friend, stay strong. Lyrian's put her Yahoo! Just saw a bus drive by drive-by advertising that a Best of Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, as we say in the UK, collection is coming to Taiwan mid-August. Ah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Multiplayer, what I was thinking of was that the detective is a good one. The man is just crooked. Is just a crooked one who takes bribes and looks the other way when crime happens because he is the son of a mafia boss. Over the game, the player finds this out. Oh, I see. So there's a little betrayal of one of the sleuths. Yeah, interesting enough. Yeah. Now that, I like that mechanism. I do like that idea because I've played other games where that happens, like Dead of Winter. However, I did think about that, Martha, for my murder mystery game. But it just didn't feel right. Because I've sort of... This murder mystery game is kind of cozy murder mystery. It's a sort of thing now in the UK, presumably in America as well. And so I thought, well, you're all working together. If one of you betrays it, that kind of spoils that cozy atmosphere that I'm setting up. So although I do like that mechanism, I didn't feel it was right for my game, the game I wanted to make. That's not to say I would never have that in a game, because I would. But I think it needs to be in the right situation. So what I decided to do, though, is it's a cooperative game where you're working together. However, there are personal objectives. So if you achieve your personal objective, then you kind of gain more stuff. So in a way, you could be the winner, if you like. So the conditions are always that the crime is solved correctly, plus, you know, you might be the person to have gone into more rooms than anybody, or you might be the person with the most prestige points, or you might be the person who interviewed more witnesses than anyone else. So you kind of have that sense of competitiveness in a cooperative game. So hopefully it won't derail you cooperating, but you might be a bit more forceful. Don't worry, no, you stay in that room. I'll go into the other room first, because you want to be the one who's looked in the most rooms. So it would be interesting to put that in to see, because we didn't really have that. Oh no, we did have that. Yeah, they didn't. The players didn't really buy into that, so that was interesting. But I need to playtest the game a load of times before I actually say, yeah, that mechanism's worked or that mechanism hasn't worked, or players. Well, the mechanism works. It's more about, do the players engage in it and actually participate in it. From the British Museum with the Rosetta Stone. Nice. That sounds brilliant. And the gallery at Trafalgar Square. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I've been to those. They're fantastic galleries. We are quite lucky in this country. We do have some lovely museums, which, you know, we could get into the whole political, we just went around the world raiding other countries, which is kind of what we did. So, but, you know, that's a whole different debate. How about if the victim isn't really dead and he's trying to frame someone? Yeah, it's interesting that as well, Dylan, because Lee Rins put out, Mr. Van Gogh is my top 10 real life heroes list. Yeah, what an extraordinary character, person. Yeah, so that's an interesting twist. I think with murder mysteries, there's a level of expectation. I'm going into this game or whatever it is, reading a book, and I want to solve the murder. So if there isn't a murder, then I feel like you're let down by that, because there always needs to be a murder. Now the twist could be that it's actually not the person that you think it is. So yeah, that's kind of, that could be a different identity. You know, they've got the wrong person. It's his brother or somebody or other. But God, I've got this cough. Certainly trying to frame someone is staple of murder mysteries, but you'd feel let down, wouldn't you? You'd go, oh, haha, I'm not dead. I don't know. I'd feel a bit let down. Could be twins, yeah. Could be twins. Absolutely. Yeah, Sally's put. I think that. Yeah, I'd feel cheated if there wasn't a dead person. Yeah. But I like the way everyone's thinking, because you do. You need to try and put a twist on it. Absolutely. Bingo. How about the victim's dying clue is a list of famous paintings, but arranged in the right order. The first letter of the painting spelled out is the murderer's name. Yeah, I like that. But why would a victim... And I don't mean to pick holes, but this is what you have to do. Why would a victim leave a clue about who's murdered them rather than just write their name? Yeah? Because if you've got time to make a list of paintings, why wouldn't you put them in order to protect his family? Okay, so he's not going to out and out name them. Okay, my question then is... Oh, I see. So that if... Okay, so you know who's going to kill you. You'd have to work out how they know that they're going to get killed. And then they are going to hide a note that has the murderer's name on it. Now, they're just about to write who they think is going to murder them, but they think, oh no, but what if the murderer finds this? Then they're going to come after my family? Why? Yeah, okay. Why would they come after their family? I was sort of with you, but why would you come after someone's family? Because you would just... Because if you're a murderer, you'd take the note and say, brilliant, I found the note before the police have. And you would take the note. And so, again, you're concealing it, so you wouldn't go after the family. Do you see what I mean? Spell it out and the murderer will strike again to silence more victims. Okay, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Librin. I can see where you're coming from. All the detectives gather at the hotel, and then nothing happens, and they just have tea. That would be a non-murder mystery murder mystery. The new craze in murder mysteries. Which tea did so-and-so drink? Who had the scones? Who put jam on first? And then the cream? All these questions won't be answered. I think for me the twist is, because like anything, this is how I kind of see it, and I might be completely wrong, obviously. But when you create something, there has to be a solid element of familiarity, the word I can't say, with a twist. Because if it's too different, people go, well, that's not a murder mystery. So, for example, if there's no body, there's no murder, or that nothing happens, then it's failed at what it's attempting to be. But then what you do is so I would say 90% is familiar, and 10% is the twist, is something slightly different. The mystery is, why hasn't there been a murder? I get that. In the murder mysteries that I act in, within the first 5 minutes they say, oh, so are you the murderer? And it's like, hang on, this is real life. Why are you... when is there going to be a murder? What? Do you normally go out for dinner and say, where's there going to be a murder? Hello, waitress. Yeah, where's there going to be a murder? It's the classic. So that's what I mean by you need it to be familiar. I'm not taking the mickey out of your comment, by the way, because I know you're riffing off of there's no murder. But I've had that. I've had people in the murder mystery literally 5 minutes in going, so when's there going to be a dead body? And it's like, play along. We'll get there. Don't you worry. So only those who know art, like the victim did, e.g. close friends and mentors, can figure out who done it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. You'd have to, yeah. Yeah. The mystery is, why would anyone live in Midsummer? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Absolutely. This is the problem that all authors will have if they're staying in the same place. If there's a line of them sitting outside the telephone wire, signing a din. What's that? I was making a joke, or maybe not. Yes, no, I know. I appreciate it, Jonathan. I'm riffing off of what you're saying. I know. It did come across as I was attacking your comment, Jonathan. Trust me, I got your joke. I didn't. Maybe I'm just tired, and I'm coming across as grumpy and angry. When I'm in a dinner like that, I talk to the characters and play along with them. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're meant to do. You're meant to just go, hello. Oh, you're Lucas, are you? Okay, yeah. Lucas, how do you know Jen? You know, for example. A Murder of Crows, yeah. So with my murder mystery game, I guess everything's familiar, but what I'm trying to do is come up with clever motives, clever ways, and different sort of stories, and that will be the twist. And also, hopefully, the way that the game plays is slightly different from other murder mystery games. Now, I've not played a lot of these murder mystery games, so I'm not 100% sure. The birds, it was a Murder of Crows. Oh, I see, yeah. Tying it back into our first conversation. So a pair of crows would be called an accident. I like that. Or a oopsie of crows. Got a sliding scale. Yeah, a manslaughter of crows. That's not quite as severe. A homicide of crows. We could keep going. So, yeah. So it's honest, seriously, try it. Try writing a murder mystery. Because the problem that you have is it too obvious? Is it too easy? Is it too hard? Is it too obscure? So in designing the game, you've got two layers. You've got, does the game work as a game? Is it enjoyable, moving around, questioning, waiting for forensics to come back, gaining prestige points, maybe spending a hunch token to read a hunch card? Is that enjoyable? And secondly, is the murder mystery too difficult? Is it too easy? Did they solve it in the first half an hour? So there's two layers. It's quite a tricky thing, and I think I've pulled it off though. Ravens can learn to talk. Yes, I did know that. I have seen clips of that. It's weird. A crow on its own is a suicide of a crow. Oh, can't say that. Apparently, social media doesn't like that word. It's really hard. The darkness overhang starts off as a murder. Oh yeah, there you go, Jonathan. So you've had experience, yeah. It is because there's been so many murder mysteries written. It's like, how do you come up with something original? And I think it's really tricky to come up with something original. You just have to be. Your writing has to be good. Everything has to be solid. I think you can create solid games or solid books that aren't necessarily massively unique. And as I say, publishers don't want too much uniqueness. They like it so salespeople can go, yeah, it's a murder mystery like Agatha Christie. What, a cosy murder mystery? Yeah, let's call it that. Or it's a gritty murder mystery. It's an urban murder. It's a futuristic murder. They love the categories because then it's easier to sell. It's quick. It's shorthand. So you don't want it too different. Saying that, there's always a shift. Somebody will always slightly invent the murder mystery or genres. They, will slightly merge it into something else. But it's normally still got a bulk of it is familiar. So I'm now looking for my next set of play testers for that. I'll write up the winning conditions, and hopefully we'll play test it. I don't know, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, it's maybe slightly harder to get people to play a 2.5 hour game. But if you're into games, you're into murder mysteries, you might. I do have a few ideas of who might want to do that. So there's that. And then obviously we've not even got round to it because I've not been working on it. I gave myself this week to actually oh, where is it? I've not even got it here. Where is it? Oh, it's all the way over there. My Devilish Deaths to Kill a Thief game book. Now, weirdly enough, there's a murder mystery in here as well. I think my brain wanted to write a murder mystery. Paranormal 3 has crows in it. Yay! I like it. Crows are beautiful creatures, aren't they? Because they've got that connection with the mysterious, the connection with ancient times, connection to mythology. You know, you got, is it Odin's crow? You know, so that there's something magical about crows. Yeah, something like in Game of Thrones, you had the crow, the three-eyed crow. You know, all of that. It's great. Yeah, so that's good. So you're still writing that? Is that nearly finished, or have you finished the first draft? Yeah, so I've got my To Kill a Thief. Oh, I've got all the samples over there actually. I'm still in the middle of tidying up, so I'm not 100% sure where I put them. And then of course, yeah, so that's coming out in October, kickstarting that this October. To Kill a Thief, my first game book set in the world of Edra, well, my first game book really, and it's set in the world of Edra, and really looking forward to pushing that and writing that. So as of August, when it ticks into August, the Russell crows. Crows find me attractive for some reason. Can't walk by without someone saying caw. Leaving spell. I remember in the preface to Mage Hunter by Jonathan, it said every 5th footprint of a mage is greased to be a paw print. Aha. How about a shapeshifter? So remember, tries to frame an innocent magic user by leaving a collection of prints while shifting form running. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a great idea, Leverine. When you're doing, you know, like I'm doing a murder mystery and Jonathan's someone in a magical world, then yeah, other things can come into it. Although Mage Hunter is by Paul Mason, apparently. Crows Encounters of the third kind of crow. No, that doesn't work. Yours is better. So yeah, you can have magic that comes into it, or shapeshifters, that kind of thing. But I think the way you deal with that is you have to let the audience know what the parameters are of magic, because it's a bit unfair if you've got a shape-shifting murderer who there's no clues that shape-shifting is a thing in your world, because it's like saying, you know, it's like saying in real life, and the murderer made himself invisible by drinking an invisibility potion, and you're like, yeah, but in real life, you know, if you were setting it in, like, you know, if it was a Sherlock Holmes case, it'd be like, yeah, but there's no way I could have guessed that because invisibility potions don't exist. So it got confused because I got Manhunter and Bundle with Knights of Doom. There you go. Do you see what I mean? So you do have to foreshadow all of that in order to give the audience a chance to sort of play detective and work it out. Because otherwise, again, that's like, no, get out of here. You know, it's that sort of magical thing that happens that you haven't set up. You always need to foreshadow it. And you can do that subtly. You don't have to do it very heavy-handedly. So there we go. So I'm doing that as well. And then also, I remember my Devilish Dilemmas. Devilish Dilemmas, Dragon Napped. This is the interactive stage show that I'm creating with my friend Dave, fellow actor Dave. And this is all the notes from the last time we did a workshop performance. We actually did a work in progress performance in front of a live audience. So I need to update all those bits of feedback. It wasn't too many actually, because again we've done that. We've done about 3 or 4 shows in front of audiences, and each time it's developed further and further and further. So again, we need to get it in front of an audience after I make all the updates. So hopefully we'll be doing that in September. There you go. So we've been rambling on for 50 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. We'll wrap it up there. If you are going away on holiday this week, have a lovely, lovely holiday. Enjoy it. And, I forgot to ask Jonathan how his holiday was. How was your holiday, Jonathan? One word. Good, bad, or ugly. And also, Jonathan, if you don't mind, some point next week, I'll DM you, but if I could have a chat with you about Kickstarter. Ugly. Good. I'm glad you had an ugly time. If you don't mind, then I'll DM and we can have a chat about Kickstarter, because you are the king of Kickstarter, certainly with game books. So I'd love to pick your brains, as they say. All good until my wife and I... Oh no, you got food poisoning. I thought you were joking when you put ugly. Oh no. That's when Squitty turned up. Never understood that name of the band. Yes, of course. Okay, fantastic. Well, I'll DM you at some point. We ended up coming out... Oh no, that's awful. Clint Eastwood or Lee Van Cleef. I don't really know who the other guy is, but I would go Clint Eastwood because I know who he is. Ugly. Oh, I see. That's good, the bad, and the ugly. It would be Eli Wallach then. Okay. Oh, I have seen that film. I didn't know the actor's name. Liren, you are so amazing. You must be the best person to have on a quiz. Seriously, your knowledge of all of this is amazing. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Liren. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Jam. Thank you... Have I missed anyone else? I don't think I have. Thank you to all those that watched. Thank you if you watched but you didn't comment. And thank you if you watched this on playback. I really, really appreciate that. This will be available on YouTube, Edra Tales YouTube channel, and also on the Twitch channel as well. So thank you for watching. I do really, really appreciate it. And thank you for the music. He is a culture vulture. He is. The songs you're singing. Car. Thank you. No worries. Thank you, everybody. And I am going to be taking a break this Wednesday from a live stream. I just need a bit of a break. We will then, for the following week, I think, unless I'm on holiday, at some point we will get back to doing a live stream of a game book, and we have yet to decide which game book it's going to be, so I will let you know when I know. Thank you so much, and may the magic of stories flow through you always. Why did I do that? Why did it